From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, April the 6th, 2017. An IDF soldier was murdered in a terror attack today in the West Bank. 20-year-old Sergeant Elchai Teharlev was standing on the sidewalk along with another soldier near a bus stop at the Ofra Junction today when a Palestinian driver deliberately rammed his car into the two. The other soldier was lightly injured. Teharlev, who served in the IDF's Golani Brigade, was killed. He was laid to rest today. The terrorist was apprehended by IDF forces and taken for questioning. He was identified as 21-year-old Malik Ahmad Musa Hamed. U.S. President Donald Trump and visiting Jordanian leader King Abdullah II addressed the press yesterday at the White House, expressing optimism in working towards a solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Trump said he hoped to be successful in that effort.
And I'm working very, very hard on trying to finally create peace between the Palestinians and Israel.
Abdullah said the president's engagement was encouraging, telling Trump that the U.S. has a strong ally in Jordan. Abdullah mentioned his support for the Arab Peace Initiative, which was endorsed by the Arab League in 2002, lauding it as the best framework to achieve peace. Meanwhile, reports of a possible U.S.-backed peace summit this summer continue to circulate in the media. Today, Saudi-owned news outlet Al Hayat reported that the White House is planning an Israeli-Palestinian peace summit in the U.S. in July, saying that the summit was one of the items discussed in the recent meetings between Trump and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, who visited Washington earlier this week, and the Jordanian king. The Israeli teenager accused of being behind the recent spate of bomb threats targeting Jewish institutions here in the U.S. will remain behind bars for the next week and a half at least. The 18-year-old, whose identity remains under a gag order, is thought to be behind the majority of the over 100 threats received at Jewish community centers and other Jewish institutions in the U.S. since the beginning of the year. There are also now reports that the suspect sold counterfeit documents over the internet, like fake passports and driver's licenses, earning vast amounts of digital currency. The Rishon LeZion Magistrates Court today extended the remand of the suspect, who also holds U.S. citizenship, until April the 18th. Israeli and American soldiers took part in a joint training exercise last week. Elite soldiers from the IDF's Shayetet 13 Special Operations Unit joined forces with the U.S. Navy SEALs in the exercise, which, according to an IDF statement, was designed to improve upon the operational capabilities of Israel's special forces and those of its allies. Israeli Navy Brigadier General Ido Ben Moshe said that the cooperation between the two fleets is reflected in annual drills, reciprocal visits, and operational mutuality. During the joint exercises, professional relations, he said, are created that contribute to both sides on the strategic level. The Anti-Defamation League published 2 new surveys today gauging the opinions of Americans with regards to Jews and other religious minorities. The public opinion polls commissioned by the ADL show that many Americans, 52% of those asked, are concerned about violence in the U.S. directed at Jews. 76% were worried about violence towards Muslims. The survey also shows a slight increase in anti-Semitic attitudes towards Jews, with 14% of those asked holding anti-Semitic views, with the majority of Americans rejecting anti-Semitism. And more than 8 in 10 Americans believe it is important for the government to play a role in combating anti-Semitism. Veteran Jewish columnist Masha Leon has died. Leon was the society columnist for the Jewish Daily Forward for almost 30 years. She was also a Holocaust survivor, born in Poland, and spent much of her life enhancing the understanding of the Polish Jewish experience, for which she was honored by Poland in 2011 with the Knight's Cross of Merit. She died Tuesday at the age of 86. Israel has appointed its first female Muslim diplomat. 31-year-old Rasha Atamni will represent the Jewish state in Ankara, Turkey, in the senior post of First Secretary. Atamni is from the Arab town of Baqa el-Gharbiya, which is in central Israel, just inside the pre-1967 Green Line between Israel and the West Bank. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, April the 6th. At 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study with Rabbi Mordechai Becker. At 7:30, a look at Passover's 4 questions. At 8, Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs explains how the Jewish people are the people of the book. And then at 9, it's the film Passover at the Wellmans, which is followed by a discussion of the issues raised in the movie by Rabbis Joshua Hammerman and Daniel Schoenbach. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, it's In the News with Mark Golub. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, April the 6th, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader.